At times, it takes more than a drive to head to the park. Sometimes, you drive for, let's say, an hour to Provincial Park, simply to ignore the signs and end up wandering around the campground looking for the trail. As seasoned travelers, we would never do that. But people who looked exactly like us did just that. And we, they, were reminded that if you take the time to read instead of act, you may just get to where you're going instead of wandering around lost. Hey, good morning everyone. So we find ourselves today at Manche Provincial Park, kind of. So we went to the actual park this morning and it appears as though it is primarily a campground. So we drove through there and didn't see anything except for campsites. At the very beginning, when you enter the park, it did say that the suspension bridge was about 1 kilometer down the road. So that's where we are. We had to drive down a really long dirt road past a small residential community, but we believe we have found the trailhead here. So we're gonna hit that up. Hopefully we're gonna see a nice suspension bridge and then some waterfalls today. La Manche was a small French community on the east coast of the Avalon Peninsula of Newfoundland. Due to its French name, it should actually be pronounced La Manche. Settled in the 1840s, this area saw its peak population in 1949, with a whopping 54 people. But this town was thinking big, having both a church and a school. The town was eventually abandoned in 1966 when a January winter storm ripped through the area, destroying the community's networks of wharfs and collapsed the suspension bridge. So why settle this area? Well, it may be due to the view. So it's views like these while we do our hiking. And actually, I noticed something. If you come over here, this might be some bear fur that I stumbled across this morning. Kind of looks like perhaps bear to me. So as nice as that is, the reason for this hike is for that bridge right up ahead. So let's go check that out. On either side of the bridge is where you'll find evidence of the past community. Stone basements and foundations are all that remain, indicating the past life of this beautiful coastline. Perhaps the biggest draw to the area is the rebuilt suspension bridge, the towering cliffs, and the quick-moving waterfalls. The second half of the hike may start you off with some steps, but the beautiful cliff sidewalk quickly makes up for the extra effort. Here, you can gaze into the deep blue waters of the Atlantic Ocean and peer down into the crystal clean shallows to see teams of jellyfish going about their day. Not much further on is where we found the most intact building, giving us a closer glimpse of the lives of the people who called this place home. The structures here, the structures on the other side of the bridge, just show how much work it would have had to been in order to create structures like this in this sort of area. I can't even imagine. And all that's left are a few stone walls, perhaps the remnants of a fireplace in the middle of the room, and some pieces of wood. If you're looking for written information about this location, come check out our travel guides at joshuatravelguide.ca. Why not do us a favor and share this video, because together we can share the world.